Hello, and welcome back. Welcome back to the Federal Bureau of Control. We just returned from the Black Rock quarry there, where we had retrieved some prisms for Helen Marshall and her ranger team to continue production of the HRAs. And she, in turn, told us where our brother Dylan is being kept. In the Containment Sector. So we will take the elevator down there. Seeing a tape player over here.
Salvador, head of Bureau Security. I'm making a formal security order due to the incident in April. Case number 21HQ593. Improper use of the jukebox altered item led to 2 fatalities. We believe a pair of agents used the jukebox to travel to the quarry threshold and engage in inappropriate workplace behavior. An expedition team found them decomposing at the
tickle fight, was it?
At least we found out the jukebox doesn't bring corpses back when the song ends. I'm having the jukebox placed in a secure location in the executive sector. It should never have been accessible to low clearance staff in the first place. The new location security and proximity to a high traffic area will prevent misuse while still allowing for expedition teams to access it when required. See me for any further details.
That is interesting, as I believe we've seen the jukebox somewhere here in Central Executive. It's very nearby, but I forget where exactly. So I wonder if we have a jukebox journey in our immediate future. It sounds like it. Speaking to Helen Marshall last time did give us just a few ability points, so let's check that out before we descend. Oh, the ability to chuck even large enemies when their health is low. Yes. Even the large ones, yes. I'm just going to keep pumping up launch for now, as that has become fairly important in my cowardice combat scheme. Alright, down to containment. I don't know what exactly is waiting for us in this, well, first of all, in the containment sector, I have no clue what manner of beastie lurks down there, but then, secondarily, if we are able to clear the containment sector, how we will be received by our brother here. 17 years locked underground, with psychic powers being told you're a danger to people can't be fun. I mean, you can take it from me. It's not. So I don't know what kind of reception he has for us, having not rescued him, lo, these last 17 years.
Containment Sector.
Trench, good to see you.
Altered items. Maximum security prison. Dangerous.
Well, sure. That makes sense. All right. Aw, darling doesn't have a presentation for us. I'm a little disappointed. Maybe next time. Oh, there they are. I got you that hand card as a gift. And that one. Also as a gift. That was a water cooler from Neiman Marcus. I hope you enjoy. Alright, let's get behind some cover. Down, boys. Oh, this is lovely. The effect of the light streaming through the window blinds there. Ah, if it wasn't for the floating, possessed corpses reciting over and over again a deeply disturbing incantation in perfect unison, I'd make a summer home here. I guess technically this is now my summer home, whether I want it to be or not. Object and item distinctions. Examination of paranatural topics, object of power, and altered item distinctions. While altered items and objects of power may seem similar at first, it's important to note some key distinctions. Firstly, objects of power grant para-utilitarian abilities. See file PUT-812 for an introduction to the subject. Secondly, objects of power translocate anyone who makes physical contact to the astral plane. This is widely believed to be due to the affiliation with objects of power. Not every individual is allowed in the astral plane, which indicates the evaluates who can or cannot enter. Thirdly, and this is not always the case, objects of power are much more paranaturally than altered items. Looking at the specific criteria that defines an object of power, it is no wonder that they are notably rarer than altered items. In fact, we have altered items for every object of power contained within the Bureau. 17? Does the word 17 fit behind that redacted slot? In fact, we have 17 altered items for every object of power. That'd be great. I guess we'll never know. Because we don't have the clearance to unredact it. For some reason. I wonder if that's going to be a para-utilitarian ability at some point. Having some sort of special eyes that can see past the redactions. I would love to play through that New Game Plus mode. Anyone who's in the shelter is gonna die. Oh, I'm sorry, I got excited. That's not necessarily true. Anyone outside of the shelter is gonna die. Okay, I guess we're going this way. Logistics? Security? Not seeing Panopticon, but I'm assuming you have to get through security in order to get to the Panopticon. Like these gentlemen. Keys in the bin, guys. Pocket change in the bin. Loose bills? Well, those go right in my pocket. I got a body for you. The body of one of your friends, long dead. That was too close. I should have waited. That was useless. In all forms. Alright. There we go. Good morning there in the chat. So nice to see you. Thank you for indulging me in my weird adventures. Alright, I had better give a quick check to, inventory space, etc. Let's see here. That should be fine. How about personal? Yeah, that should be fine. We do have a level 4 mod. Energy boost. Doesn't seem hugely high to me, but it must be for just straight energy. Plus 11%. Let's try it. Shield energy, launch energy. Let's do that one. Alright, and grip. Ooh, we have a level 5 mod for a shatter. Projectile spread. Sure. Okay. Just to make sure we're keeping up with things. So what do we have in here? Is this still security, I imagine? Maybe not. Maybe we have yet to get to security. But what are these interesting displays here? Appears to show airports and ports. And then these truck symbols. Maybe distribution centers or something? And so all of the lights, most of the lights are red, and every once in a while a light is green. Topeka, Richmond, Albany, Atlanta, Santa Fe, Salt Lake City. I wonder why those. I would assume it may be like areas where there have been a paranatural event, except that Alan Wake took place in Bright Falls, Washington. No idea. Maybe there's a note somewhere that will reveal its purpose. Man down. Sounded like it's coming from up here.
Someone needs help over there.
Let me grab this.
Sounds like there's a man down.
Yep, that is what he said. 1 second. Man down. Hey.
I'm
You
here.
need some My Little Pony Band-Aids?
I got in a little scrap. Name's Horowitz.
Is he gonna be okay?
Don't look at me like that. I'm fine. But Wells is still in there. You got...
Wells is still in there. We gotta get him out. Someone in the chat here, hello, by the way, is asking, any idea when the Alan Wake expansion is getting released? I know there was a delay on the Xbox side. There's 2 expansions, the Foundation and AWE, which we are assuming is the Alan Wake related expansion. Foundation got delayed on Xbox until June 25th, so it's coming out in like 4 days, and that's just the first one. So the second AWE expansion with Alan Wake is like maybe 6 months or so away, 6 or 7 months, but they are expecting to release it on all platforms simultaneously, as opposed to the delay of the original expansion. That is my best knowledge, my best guess at the very least. So possibly 6 or 7 months. All right, sorry, Wells. Oh, and I'm also seeing the subscription renewal. Thank you very much. So glad to have you along for another month here. Another month of swabbing the deck. And, I guess massaging the captain's shoulders, though honestly it makes me a little uncomfortable to do. My hands get all oily. Anyway, back to Wells.
Who's Wells?
My squad mate. We were hunting a runaway altered item. We followed it down into the clocks.
The clocks.
A threshold. The Bureau sealed it up years back because of all the clocks. We followed the altered item inside.
How many
but the way
clocks
it was
exactly?
acting, we weren't ready. Me and Wells were the only ones to make it to the motel court. He was right behind me, but he never showed up on this side.
I'll go find him. But first, you need to get to a medic.
Wells is the medic. Please, You gotta get him out of there. I'll
Yeah,
be
well,
fine.
that's convenient.
Really. Roop can patch me up later.
Fine. But I'll be back.
You know you're not going to be fine, though.
So,
Look at all this blood.
motel cord there. It should get you into the clocks. Sorry. The threshold.
You know darn well that by the time I get back here, you're going to be a screaming, aggressive mess, and we're going to have to put you down, Horowitz, so let's just deal with you first, and then I'll go get Wells. Never mind, let's traverse the ocean view and find out how many clocks exactly he's talking about, while he slowly bleeds to death. Hey, ocean view. Missed you. Locked, as always. That's fair. Ah, so there's a clock on the desk. Okay. Let's open the first door. As usual. Huh. Clock moved. There's also one clock in the room, which I can interact with, and maybe get it to stop at around the same time? Something like that? Did that do anything? It's relatively the same time. Door 2. Yeah, I think it's vibrating when I get the right time as well, and it's being very generous. It's like auto-adjusting itself when I get anywhere close. Okay. Finally. I've completely forgotten it already. It was such a long walk down that hallway. Okay. I hear the sound of progress. The ghostly ooh of progress. And there's two things. Aha, keys on the desk. Lovely. So that was apparently it. Match the times on all the clocks. That time. Not too bad. And we're back. Wells, Horowitz is bleeding out.
This Wells guy can't be
Just
far.
1 second here. Be right back. All right. So this Wells guy can't be far. As she said. I'm not seeing any clocks yet. Oh, there's one. There's two. This is how it starts. Oh, there's the... That's
Those
quite a
must be the
few
gloves
clocks.
he was talking about.
They are bursting in. Right past the Black Rock, it seems. Like they seal these doors with steel beams with black rock lodged between them. And the clocks broke right through somehow. That's no mean feat. Oh, hey. Okay. So we're doing the combat thing. That was relatively simple. Throw anything nasty at me. Alright, so I have some sort of a campsite. Plenty of almond butter, I assume. Interesting. What's upstairs?
Shit.
It's Wells! Hey, buddy. Glad to find you. I'm the director. You can call me Jess. Once we're on, you know, better terms.
Asked me to come looking for you.
For now, Director Faden is fine.
Glad he got out. I stayed back to help the others. Did a shit job of it, clearly.
You tried. That's enough. Horowitz needs your help now. How do we get out of here?
We should head back through the threshold. We can look for other survivors as we go.
We better hurry. Which way?
Just follow the blood. Let's go.
Well, okay. I'll just follow the blood here. It leads right back. What a terrible plan this was. Oh, no, I see. There's more blood. Okay. I was confused. No pane of glass shall hinder me. You have clearance level 9? Can I just... Would anyone know if I just killed you and took it? No, I shouldn't do that. I should watch out for my people.
What's with the clocks?
The people in my employ.
Threshold effect. This used to be a regular office wing before the threshold manifested. The forces at Plane there got a hold of someone's old clock and started duplicating it. Now the office is abandoned and its clock's all the way down.
Clocks all the way down. And they just keep coming. I wonder if you wait here long enough, if it will eventually just fill with clocks. What a terrible problem to have. Shadow puppets? Anyone? Wells. I'm trying to watch the presentation, Wells. I'm trying to watch the awkward smooth boy push buttons on the console. That's how a human being smiles. Yep. You nailed it. Really good job. What is the plot here? Is it unrequited love? There's darling. Now the unrequited love has begun. I keep finding those Newton's cradle toys lying around. I don't know what they do yet. If it maybe has something to do with that roulette room, because there's one that's like striking the wooden elephant, depending on how you place it. Almost didn't get out of there in time. Hello. Have a clock. On me.
Lock. Think you can
All
find
right.
a way around?
Let me see.
Yeah, probably. If you programmed one. I'm guessing we go up the mountain of clocks. Clock Mountain. Make sure to chalk your hands up first. There's some steamy jumps.
So, you came down here for an altered item?
The anchor. Yeah. Langston said it'd be a simple
The anchor.
But the power of that thing had. I've never seen anything like it.
Alright. 1 second. Alright, now I'm ready.
Thanks.
Ha! Oh, you got me. You really want to make a clock pun, but you can't think of any. It's okay, you've got time. Oh, it's burrowing into my humor box, and it's just turning my whole world upside down. The Jasper Post Box, Altered Item 31, PE. Agents arrived in the town of Jasper Crossing, Arizona, after the communications department intercepted multiple phone calls to local authorities regarding frozen people in the streets. 4 of the 5 dispatched agents became paralyzed upon arriving at the scene. Additional assessment teams were dispatched. Variations of identification formulas were tried with ineffectual results. Agents resorted to using aerial photography to study the positioning of the paralyzed individuals. Soon after, agents discovered the event's epicenter to be the local post office. Unaffected agents cleared the area of all paralyzed civilians, animals, and bureau personnel before beginning to study the item. Agents deemed susceptible to the item were tasked with interviewing and re-informing the public away from the site. The item was soon placed on a transport vehicle manned by the unaffected agents. Air travel has been deemed too dangerous given the item's effect. Numerous reports of temporary paralysis were reported by civilians along the truck's route from Arizona to New York City. So there's a post office box that
That's
can
O'Neill. Shit.
freeze people like statues. And it's slowly getting louder and louder in the background, the massive ticking of clocks, as there are more and more clocks in play. It's really interesting. Right back at you, buddy. Okay, I'll wait. sure how to get an angle on that upper level. Okay. There's the stairs. This is such a strange sight. I wonder what will eventually happen in this threshold. Will it just become a single mass of clock material? So dense it creates a black hole inside the facility? Did that say refrigerator supplement? Case files. Likely. Refrigerator supplement, yes. Arctic Queen. Altered item 10. Can you tell us why you left your building that day? LM, I don't know what that stands for. I was running out to get eggs. There was that corner store on 30th. That's why I left Michael there on his own. Knew I wouldn't be gone long. He was drawing at the table when I left. Had his crayons out. Happy. The building came down when I was a block away. I ran back, started digging. City workers found Mikey later beside the fridge. The drawings hadn't come off. Tons of bricks fall on it, and those drawings are still there. How does that happen? You kept the refrigerator after the accident. Why? Well, it still had his drawings. God must have kept them safe for a reason, right? I'd get home from work and stare at them all night. I was in a bad way back then. Why did you sell the fridge with your son's drawings still on it? They'd gotten stuck to it. Now it's WM? It was LM. Now it's WM. Maybe it's a couple they're interviewing. They'd gotten stuck to it or something. I thought about cutting them off, those magnets, but maybe it was better I didn't hold on to them, you know? Gotta move on, everyone says. What's my fridge gotta do with a building collapse, anyhow? Well, sit down, I'll tell you. It's complicated. First of all, do you believe in ghosts? Second, do you believe in Thomas Zane? All right, Horowitz. You ready to taste fresh air?
When it was clear we couldn't contain the altered item, Horowitz ordered a retreat. We got out, but Hiss were waiting for us. I took Horowitz to the motel court and went back for the others.
That was brave of you.
I'm the medic. That's my job.
All right. Sorry. Excuse me, Horowitz. Or Wells, I mean. Sorry. I'm mixing my names up now. Plane parts. Okay, Mr. Dead Dog, what do you think of this? You know that airplane we brought in, like the actual proper airplane? Guess who they made catalog every individual piece of that plane to be examined for suspected altered status? I had to count every bolt, nut, and piece of non-connected metal, and that's just on the exterior of the damn thing. Do you know how many pieces of hardware it takes to make an airplane? I do! I do! Poor guy. Alright.
We're almost out of the threshold.
Traffic coned. In the prime of life. Right in the prime. Like, just dead center. Good morning and welcome. Slightly late or no? It's lovely to see you there. That's what your friend feels like. That's what your dead friend's corpse feels like thrown against you. Thoughts? Oh, sorry, just looting in here. Just looting. No big deal. Got another clearance level 9. I'll hang back. I'll let the medic handle this.
Come on. The motel court is on the other side of logistics. Horowitz should still be...
Oh hey, we made it back. Okay, so this is the other side of the room. It looks exactly the same as where we found him, but it's not. Which means we go this way, I guess. Meet Wells at the control point. Well, okay. At this one?
Let's go.
All right. Sorry.
Hold on.
There it is.
Shit.
Yep. As advertised. He's come back wrong. Wrong and bad.
Horowitz.
And now I'm gonna have to put a fire extinguisher to him. It's the only choice. To be extinguished or nothing. Sorry, Horowitz. This is really rather unfortunate. Ah, the little donk as it hits his skull each time is just devastating for his family to hear. Sorry about your friend.
Make sure he's okay.
Oh, he's not okay. He can't even get out of this office. There we go.
I'm sorry about your friend.
Thanks. And thanks for coming to get me. Horowitz's HRA must have been damaged in the threshold. Guy never put himself first. At least the anchor-altered item is still locked away down in the clocks. I hope it rots down there.
That altered item needs to be dealt with before it hurts anyone else. I should go back down and contain it. Head to the executive sector, Wells. They could use a medic.
Thank you, Director.
Yeah, I was wondering why we didn't come across the item itself down there. It must be we were just trying to get him out, and now we're going back down. Enemy within. Okay, where would that be? Sealed Threshold Hall. Looks like it's just back through the whole mess. Okay, I'll get to the other end of this. Make sure I didn't get anything. Haha. Assuming these are getting a little expensive. Launch large objects for a single point. Sure. Really take all the variation I can. Yes, please. Don't suppose there's another one that just takes 1 point. Could do C's duration. I'll save it for now. We'll see what happens. Alright. Oh, I forgot to check the other wall. So there's that US map with the cities highlighted over there. On this side, appears to be like flight numbers? I don't know what those numbers would imply. It doesn't appear to be times. And there's like Pripyat. That is not. That is an abandoned city near Chernobyl, isn't it? So who would be doing anything in Pripyat? Huh. Not sure what to make of that. Boo. Boo to you spawning in at a time like this. Oh, that just makes them explode. Okay. So you cannot seize these guys. That's good to know. Maybe you can. I don't know why it exploded the first time. You done? Poor Artie. Look what we've done to the place. And I'm his assistant, so poor me as well. Alright, so it's this door we're looking for. I would assume. Yes? Would you like to spawn in? Maybe later. This is starting to look familiar, but I still haven't seen any clocks. I'm beginning to hear the clocks, however. There, yes. It's kind of hard to see. Okay, so where is it wanting me to go in here? Sealed Threshold Hall. This appears to be the right spot.
This is the safe room Wells showed me. The one with the altered item inside.
Okay. I must have missed that. It's inside a safe room. Ah. But this is not a normal safe room. Okay. Sealed threshold account. Threshold 9D. Threshold with effect redacted, manifested in the containment sector in the middle of the department. Simultaneously, numerous clocks appeared in the area, injuring and killing many. After rescue operations were completed and rangers were sent in to discover the threshold's epicenter, the sheer amount of clocks made the expedition impossible. The sheer amount of wildebeests, the sheer amount of sticky molasses. The area was sealed off after removing the clocks proved an impossible task. The department was relocated and the area abandoned. Researchers theorized the threshold introduced unstable matter to our dimension, which adopted the form of the...
Great. More clocks.
Danger. Very strange how somehow it's still concrete. It hasn't become that weird material of the astral plane. But sometimes the concrete becomes astral planey. There's something up there, too. So I must need some other ability here. Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Alright, so sorry. So yes, I must need some ability to get up there and across this gap. I suppose we will come back. Despite her insistence that we go do it now, in the dialogue there. It was good to find my way back, at the very least. Another time. So we'll know for later. Come back to the shelter when you have a jumpy power. Alright. So I guess the question is, can I now... Oh, great. Never mind. Never mind my question. Thank you. Alright. Back this way. And we can, probably... Let's switch our quest back. If we cannot complete that one yet, let's get back to Dylan. And that would be Containment Panopticon. Containment. Logistics. Oh man, that's an amazing one that I should have used while beaning people over the head with telekinetic clocks. Time flies! Oh, I feel such a fool. I need to find some sunglasses for these too. That's going to be an important part of it going forward. Alright, so Panopticon, let's check these signs. Central containment. How about these? Panopticon. In memory of the heroic agents who gave their lives to forces known and unknown, for the protection and greater knowledge of all humankind, we honor their sacrifice. Oh, indeed we do. We definitely don't tear their honorary bronze plaques off the wall and throw them at enemies. No, sir. Maybe I get that one from the other side? I guess we're going this way, towards the mold? Oh, good. Maybe it's just ash or something. I can't tell. Oh, hey guys. Okay, I won't seize. That'll be fine. But now I will. Interesting that their health is just slowly eaten away to nothing. By the hiss, I assume. I cannot maintain control for long. I wonder if upgrading that seize ability has any plot relevant, you know, you can actually save people or give their minds back to themselves. That would be nice, but I don't know if it's even possible. You seem to be in the right spot for a nice checkup. temperature, vision, etc. Moldy. Alright. Interesting to note. Explodey mold spores. And explodey mold gentleman. Well, that's new. Probably shouldn't be kicking it up into the air as much as I'm able. Alright, mold autopsy. The deceased was a year-old with no significant past medical history. The subject was brought in after being discovered in the active threshold in an early state of decay that is characteristically fungal-based in its appearance. During autopsy, the cadaver's pleural cavities were revealed to be entirely filled by the fungus known as the mold, to an extent that medical staff were forced to put on decontamination suits. The procedure was also hindered by anomalies such as the deceased's high body temperature and undulating torso muscles, presumably but not provably caused by trapped gases. Routine samples, as well as tissue samples requested by Dr. Underhill, were successfully extracted. However, their rapid retrogression outside of the host body needs to be noted. Cause of death, mold ingestion. Horrifying. I'll hold this, and I'll see you in a minute. Hey there. Uh-oh. And uh-oh again. Ah, jeez, that was quick, whatever it was. Mold does seem like something you specifically don't want in the medical wing. Very specifically. Maintenance, sure. I mean, it's a problem there, but... Okay, I'm assuming it will take us back outside to logistics, so we'll just have to make that small journey again. And I will try to be very, very careful about whatever that is on the far side. It looks like a mold turret, some fungal creature that shot spikes at me. Either that or is a very thin man with an assault rifle. I'm not sure. Okay. Back up here. And into the medical wing. Maybe they'll take pity on us and not require us to fight. Nope, no pity here. Ask again later. Wheelchair service? Complimentary. Moldical wing. Oh, you've nailed it. That's it. That's the new name for this place. Welcome to the Moldical wing. Okay, so I'm just going to avoid whatever that is. Yikes. Okay, just stay protected behind here. I'm assuming these are like unlimited guys coming up out of the mold. That's interesting. I still can't even see what's shooting me back there. It keeps catching me. Am I allowed to live now? May I live? Thank you. Okay. Deeper into Moldicle. And now I'm up here. This looks better, I suppose. Sorry, let me just get my glasses. There we go. Not as many secret classified documents as I had hoped. Important. Feels important, an urgent vision. Writing this down so I don't forget. Saw this dream when I fell asleep during Dr. Darling's presentation. A food poisoning? ? I ate a mushroom salad for lunch. I saw 1. An inverted black pyramid. Was it the board? Was it the astral plane? Then, a red pyramid appeared beneath. What's that? It felt scary and bad news. They moved to be on top of each other, like elevator lights. Going up? Is this the sector elevator? Then they connected / docked. I felt like, oh shit. It's an hourglass, a doomsday clock. It started flashing wildly. The sand is leaving down. Oh no, felt terrible. Fuck. Now it's all down, and the red on top. This can't happen. We must stop this from happening. They rule us now. I woke up screaming. This is a warning. Do not wipe. This is a warning. Okay. Let's try not to wipe that. Dr. Darling, I need you to explain this to me. I'm scared and quivery. I need you to hold me, darling. Prime Candidate Program. Well, that sounds like Dylan. I don't have clearance level 6, but maybe it's up here. Globe procedures. The Wolf Globe altered item 72 PE. No unique procedures required, however, contact should be limited as some report feeling disoriented after touching it. The item is handmade, set in dark wood. The item itself is lacquered, hand-painted, spins freely on all axes. While the continents and oceans are recognizably those of Earth, careful examination has revealed numerous redacted and other geographic additions that do not exist on our planet. One of these islands has a city marked on it named Tan Relio. There are no signatures left by its maker. Physical contact renders subjects dizzy and disoriented, with some reporting a feeling of unfamiliarity with their surroundings. This effect seems to grow worse with prolonged contact, culminating in a sense of listlessness and depression. Suicide has been observed in handlers. So there's a globe that makes you feel disoriented and then depressed. Is it called Earth? I'm done. I'm sorry. Okay. So the Panopticon is this way. Panopticon and P6 cell. I think that's what Marshall called Dylan. Was Prime Candidate 6. Okay, so we are on the other side of this security checkpoint now. Still seemingly no way to get in that one. Maybe I need to break on through to the other side. Or maybe this does something. There we go. That will allow easier access. Now it's as though we have a claim point in here. Effectively. Sounds like we need another clear out here. Personal mods. I guess we're gonna have to start getting rid of level 2 at some point. Let's just go for it. Onward and upward to better mods. Alright, same story here. None of those apply to grip. Alright, shield efficiency. Nice. Now I can finally pick it up. So, I guess there is nothing for it. I should just, start pulling the light switch cord, really. Mechanical room. That must be the way I came up here, so, okay.
P6 is what the Bureau calls Dylan. His cell's been breached. Has the history...
He's loose.
Are you there with him? Can you protect him?
That didn't look good. We're going in. Hi. Hey, Dylan. You watching me through the light switch cord? Friend? Buddy? Brother of mine? Oh, that doesn't sound good. Oh, good God. Someone's actually being murdered in the motel? Like physically? Ah, okay. And we're topsy-turvy. We're all messed up. We're back again. It's fine. No worries. And now that's upside down. Okay, let's flip it. And this is back. We got keys. Sorry about the guy being murdered. Let's never speak of this again. Gotta use the old rule of 3.
It's been a long time since Dylan and I knew each other. I've wondered about him. What kind of man he'd grow up to be. Were things as hard for him as they were for me? Maybe in here, they were even harder.
Do you guys know what's banging?
Oh, hello. Is there something I can help you with?
I'm Jessie, the new director. I need to get inside.
New director? Right. Well, okay. Hello, I'm Frederick Langston, the Panopticon supervisor. It's not the best
Nice to
time
meet
for
you.
a tour. We have hiss everywhere, numerous cell breaches, and system failures across the board, but you're the director, so here we go. Founded by Zachariah Trench, the
I
Panopticon
don't want a tour.
repository for all
I'm here to help.
I don't have time for this.
Power and
I was told Dylan Faden was kept here. Can you help me find him?
Faden. Sure. Darling wanted him somewhere secure and isolated away from people. He's in the maximum security cells, upper level. But there's currently a pressing matter, ma'am. We've got an object of power loose in there. It's wrecking the place. The Benicoff TV, it's a real doozy. Salvador took a team in to handle it, but no one's heard from them for hours. This is a Category 5 OOP we're talking about, and if we don't contain it soon, it will tear the Panopticon apart. And we don't want all those altered items getting loose, ma'am. No, trust me.
Dylan's in there. Open the door, Langston. I'll handle it.
If you say so. I usually tell first-timers not to touch anything, so, just do that. Here, I'll get the door for you.
Wait, just do that meaning
And please, ma'am,
touch
call me
touch
Fred.
everything?
Thanks, Langston.
I mean, Fred. Does nobody call each other the thing they ask them to call each other in this game?
I guess life's a breach, huh?
You can call me Fred. Thanks, Langston. You can call me Jesse. Thanks, Director Faden. The floppy disk must be contained in a cell. I think we already saw this. But I don't know. Maybe I didn't catch it in time to get to the correct one. Thermos procedures. There we go. The Oh Dear Diner coffee thermos. This is exciting. No unique procedures required. Altered status is suspected, but unverified. A blue coffee thermos with a white plastic cap and a logo of the Oh Dear Diner, located in Bright Falls, Washington. The cap doubles as a mug. The item responds to formula I-16, yet no discernible altered effect has been discovered, other than keeping liquids warm for surprisingly long periods of time. It's also worth noting that the coffee from the thermos is always refreshing and strong, no matter its quality before being poured into the item. The thermos was discovered on the shore of Cauldron Lake, outside the town of Bright Falls. Both are known sites of a recurring AWE. See Bright Falls AWE case file for further information. This is the first time we have actually seen his name in this game, and I am goose pimply. According to witness statements, Alan Wake, see Prime Candidate Program entry for further information, who went missing shortly before the discovery of the thermos, had been seen collecting similar thermoses for a redacted purpose. It's difficult to explain how excited that makes me to see. After, these last 10 years. Okay.
The Panopticon. Dylan's close. But that object of power might wreck this place before I find him.
All right. Check around a bit here. I really cannot wait to, see where this is going as it relates to Alan Wake. I have been waiting many years to know certain unanswered questions that I have, answers to them, and they've already begun to give me those answers, and I'm just so pleased. This is one of those your faith is being rewarded situations that are so rare in life. So regrettably rare. Yes? Just up top, are we? Okay. Now I'll come to you. That hurt more than my feelings. Okay, so we're going to the 4th floor to subdue the Benicoff Television. More of those symbols. Classic. Fortified Unit 714. Unit 13. Aha, there's our post office box. Interesting. Unit 14. A little wicker basket. A lovely little picnic in there for you. You enjoy. We have a fan. I seem to remember reading something about the fan, but at this point I can't recall. I'll have to refresh my memory. Harley Quinn? I didn't know she was down here. Appears to be some sort of mallet. Alright. Floor 3 no longer exists. Don't even worry about it.
Something went wrong.
Guess we're
with the
going
girls
right
planning
to
that Dylan
right to
was
4th
there.
floor.
Marshall made it sound like it was all Dylan's fault, but how much of it was what the Bureau did to him? I don't think she's telling me everything.
Oh, he's floating. We've got floaters. Hey. Slightly unnerving. Give me one more second. So sorry. I'll be right back with you. All right. Here we go. Nothing in that one. Or seemingly nothing in that one.
Hello? Is anyone there?
Oh, goodness. Are you okay, sir? Are you in there with the fridge? With the drawings? Hey.
What are you doing in there?
Oh, thank God. Look, someone has to watch this object at all times, or it deviates. My ship replacement never showed up. Can you help me?
Oh, jeez.
Damn.
This poor guy.
I'm sorry. There's an emergency. I'll come back, I promise.
Okay, just don't forget. I can't stare at this thing much longer.
I won't forget. I'm so sorry. That's gonna be a big priority. How would I even get in there? After Dylan has been found. Okay, there's just nothing I can do about it. Oh man, hang in there, buddy. That is too bad. It should be Mike Del Cordio. If it isn't, absolutely. Did sound similar. Okay, firefight has started. Okay. I'm never on the right level of a bridge when the fight begins. Okay, so this is where we first saw the security camera footage of Dylan's cell. Fortified Unit 716. Going in. Dylan?
That's the object of power.
I'd appreciate it if you calm down. I guess we're not too Dylan yet. Ahem. Okay. That is an oops. That is one heck of an oops. All right. Just one of your typical mission objectives there. Something you would see in any game. And I'm on the wall. Okay. I wonder if they're gonna hide a whole bunch of collectibles around in this weird level, or if they're gonna be nice. This is so stunning. Okay. You're gonna make me give up the high ground, eh? Well, that's fair enough. Okay, so this is Salvador. I'm just now finally catching on. Almost. Just have to not get greedy. Yikes.
Commodore, the head of security. His team didn't stand a chance against the Hiss. No one here does.
All right.
Okay, the TV. Another object of power going nuts.
Here we go again.
Anchor supplement. The crew of the White Ocelot first encountered a strange spherical phenomenon while fishing in the... Witnesses described it as a black sphere with faint light behind it. It hovered just off the bow of the ship. The crew did something by throwing a tin bucket, which disappeared into the sphere. Soon after, the vessel lost structural integrity. The ship's metal rusted and fell apart within minutes. As the ship sank, the sphere lowered into the water. A passing fishing vessel called the... rescued the 4 surviving crew. Agents were dispatched to the White Ocelot's last known coordinates and began diving operations. On the ocean floor, the agents found the sphere. The ship was entirely destroyed except for its anchor. As agents lifted the anchor off the ocean floor, they noticed the sphere behaved in conjunction with the anchor, moving and stopping as one. Contact with the sphere was avoided, but handling the anchor proved harmless. The item was transported by to the U.S. port of... Upon arriving in New York, it was brought into the Bureau via the... Use the babysitter. Levitate. Use Levitate to complete the Astral Plane Challenge. Hold A. I'd be happy to. Oh my sweet, sweet goodness. That is phenomenal. Let's immediately get as high as possible. You know me. Well, this is gonna change the whole game. I can get across that anchor gap. I can do whatever I want now. I rule the entire universe. Apparently. That is truly phenomenal. All right. Excuse me, gents. I'm a huge fan.
Okay, dealt with the TV. Now I can find Dylan.
Just out of curiosity. Huh. fallen quite a distance. Let's see here. That's the one I want. Now stay there. Okay, I'll go from here. So now the question is, what hideous locations have they hidden the collectibles in, considering that this is a power? We're gonna have to do a lot of searching. But there'll be time for that. Okay, hiss. Come on. I can't seem to grab anything properly all of a sudden. There we go. Come on. Grab something. There. I don't know what's making me do that. Maybe there just weren't enough raw materials about. Just pick that up off the desk. Postbox procedures. Blackrock paneling has proven effective in hindering but not eliminating the object's altered effect. Agents in the immediate vicinity may still experience paralysis. Keeping a distance of some feet from the cell is recommended unless agent is confirmed to be non-susceptible. A dark blue United States postbox, model number. Paint is chipped at the edges. The item itself is empty with no mail discovered inside at the time of retrieval. The item seizes the motor functions of organisms meeting an unknown criteria. Paralyzed subjects are still capable of moving their eyes and limited speech. During tests, approximately 16% of agents remained unaffected by the item. Age, gender, race, height, weight, blood type, eye color, clothing, place of birth, diet, heart rate, and socioeconomic standing are all factors proven to have no correlation to an individual's vulnerability to the item. Victims' states of mind were recorded during onset of paralysis, but no emotional correlation has yet been found. This is so interesting. Like staircases going off that way. Alright. Not sure where else we should check for items necessarily. Ah, hurt my knees. Okay, 5th floor, maximum security cells. Snipers. The gall of it. Stop that. Alright, 5th floor. Hey, there's the swan boat we've heard so much about. I love how the item, the first description we found of this, says that it was painted to look like a swan. Yeah, that's technically true. It's also shaped to look like a swan. Like, what else could you paint it to look like? Even in the... I mean, maybe a flamingo in the bird kingdom. But I don't know. Huh. Appears to be a get well soon balloon. Perhaps one deflated and one inflated? I haven't heard anything about a get well soon balloon, to my knowledge. Water cooler. Well, something to gather around. Crowbar. Paging Mr. Freeman.
Dylan. So close.
All right, going in.
Can you hear me?
I can, Emily. I can hear you. Dylan Faden observation. 9:30 a.m. Breakfast is brought. 11:54 gets out of bed, uses toilet, returns to bed. 11:57 asks for television to be turned on. Staff do so. 12 p.m. lunch is brought, breakfast removed. 12:02 eats lunch. 2:38 p.m. uses toilet. 4:03 p.m. begins talking to self. Recording speech is not possible due to noise from television. 4:07 becomes upset, throws lunch tray at glass. 4:09 sedated. Crew clean the cell, television turned off. 6:12 p.m. comes to, asks for television to be turned on. Staff refuse. 6:16 p.m. sleeps? ? Television privileges refused due to hostile behavior at 6:12 p.m. So he could be communicating with someone or something while trying to get them to believe he's not.
He's gone. Dylan isn't here. He might be nearby. Or maybe the hiss got to him. I don't know.
Jesse, listen. Dylan's here. With us. He just walked in. He says he is giving himself up. He's been affected by the hiss, but he is different than the others. We must isolate him.
I'm on my way.
So he escaped and went to Central Executive? And I could have just waited for him there. That's a bit disappointing, but yeah. Okay. Alright, we'll have to come back for the clearance level 6 door. So is it going to let me take a peek in here? Looks like it. Is it going to spawn hiss in here? It's nice. You can not only levitate, you can also fall as far as you want and then activate the slow Mary Poppins umbrella mechanic, which is very nice. Okay, not seeing anything up there necessarily. This is where he wrote Jesse on the inside of his cell in hopefully someone else's blood, but I'm sorry, someone else. Jesse. Writing it all over the place. Okay, I guess there's not much to find. Give me 1 second, so sorry. All right. My apologies. So, I guess we have to get back to Central Executive to speak to Dylan, who has given himself up, apparently saying that he is corrupted by the hiss, like one of the absolutely crazy floaty people, but he is still in control and would like to negotiate, apparently. So the question is, I'm assuming that will be the end of this mission and probably give us a little cliffhanger sequence. Should we go back and get the anchor first, is my thought. Because we do have Levitate now. I think I can even just go straight down to the bottom. There must be another claim point somewhere around here, though, is what I keep thinking. Like up towards the top of the Panopticon. I think we have the one on the first level. Okay, so let's see if we can get back to... abilities first. Let's check that. Levitate. Haha. I'm probably gonna need to bump that up a little bit. Okay, how expensive is the next launch? 75 and 3 points. I could get another 2, like another 20% levitation duration for that, but let me just save them for now, and let's see if we can get across the gap. If I actually need more levitation duration, we can deal with that when we come to it. Okay, so I don't want the sealed threshold corridor. I think I want logistics. We'll have to go around. Well, thank you very much for posting the Discord link there. I keep forgetting that I should do that on occasion for new people coming along. And I never remember. My apologies, and thank you for remembering in my stead. So I'll see if I can find my way back to the clocks. We'll grab our anchor, then we'll go back to Dylan for the big cutscene finale here, and I'll be out of your hair. Okay, and that was through a side door over that way. You got it. Oh, yeah. You hiss with your constant ambushes. It's so weird how kind of quickly you get used to navigating these environments. It's almost like they specifically made these levels to be as hard to navigate as possible. It's supposed to be very strange and weirdly put together, both in like an actual sense, but in a game design sense. They specifically put doors, places you really wouldn't think to look for. This one, in my opinion, being one of the most, archetypal of those. Like, that looks so innocent. If you didn't happen to notice that it's a whole bunch of clocks coming out, you might continue to walk right past it. But that's the only way, as far as I know, to get back to the anchor. Okay, hiss. Ouch. And ouch again. Please stop that. Ah, right in the face. Back to the claim point, and we'll try it again. I suppose beyond getting I don't even know what the word for them are. They're little collectible currency you get. Triangles? Besides losing a whole bunch of triangles, I don't suppose there's really any reason to fight these guys. I can probably run right past them. I don't think it's locking the door or anything now that I've already cleared it once. She does make running on a mountain of loose clocks look very, very easy. And I imagine that would be a difficult thing to pull off. Alright, getting back there. So sorry for the delay. My incompetence costs us so many of our minutes. And after you so generously put them in my care. I don't know why I'm not going to this one. That's rather silly. Let me hope I'm synced to that one now, and we'll avoid a bit of this. I should have looked up what the name of that one was and gone to it directly the first time. I'm just working off of old habits. And bad ones, I'm sure.
This is
alright, so inside the shelter.
The one with the altered item inside. Great. More clocks.
It is much, much easier now. Let's see if we have enough duration. Oh, anchor's sinking. Anchor has disappeared. Oh, hi. Yeah, that was gonna be my next question. stop making clocks. Okay, so I guess I need to levitate myself to the position where it is exposed. And then avoid the big clock explosion as well. Okay. Two points of order. So it's gonna make a big explosion. I wonder if it does it in the same directional sequence every time. Interesting. Don't have long. If it's headed for you, you don't have long to attack before you're in danger of the big explosion. Aha, but apparently if you throw a clock back into it, it does not like it. Specifically weak to clocks. So I can hit it during 2 of its segments from this platform. And now there's bad guys. Okay. Come on. There we go. No, I don't want your clocks. Are there more health nubs somewhere? There we go. Not enough of them. Oh man, I really need health. Check over here if I can steal some. Ah, that didn't go well. Darn it. Deactivated my levitate halfway through. I must have ran out of energy. This is, I can confidently say, the most explosive boss battle I've ever waged against an anchor. And I'm having one heck of a time. Okay, so I need to keep a better eye on my energy levels before launching myself over a large gap. Let's keep that in mind. All right, we're at that one now, at least.
This is the safe room Wells showed me. The one with the altered item inside.
Great. More clocks.
Okay.
The fuck is that?
That would help. I should try to remember to use that.
It's making more clocks?
worth a shot. It does look like it goes clockwise, for lack of a better word, in sequence, so it should be fine as long as I can take out the other guys. I don't need to worry about it randomly facing me. Really wish I could get one in there, but I'll just wait. Wait, one more pass. I'm assuming he'll spawn. If I can get one in on this side. Come on now. That was close. Now it's skipping. I thought it was going to go on that side. So it could be that it's now randomized. More hit should do it. I don't have the energy for it. Yikes. That was sad. That would have been the end of it there. All right. Do I? Okay, it's coming to me. Here we go.
There. No wonder the Rangers had such a hard time with that one.
So are we finally done with clocks? Is this the most clocks we're ever gonna have now? Or are they still duplicating themselves? Who knows? Alright, we've got the anchor. There's that other thing I needed to look at. Let's check that. Would I... Yeah, I think I might kind of have to get it from the other side, strangely. Not sure how I would reach it from there. Time to clock out. Oh. I'm loving this. I'm loving this day. All right. A high-level looking damage boost. Anything else in here? Huh. It does make me curious about this. Momentarily. I guess this doesn't take energy to use. That's actually really, really nice. It just has a set duration. And you have to be careful of that, but you're not actually using energy. Okay, and that's too high to get to, I suppose. So we should be good. Just wanted to make sure. All right. So, if we can get back to that claim point, we'll go right to Central Executive and speak with Emily, and hopefully Dylan. And I think that will be it for us today here. Thank you so much for your... Goodness, I turned my volume off halfway through. Thank you so much for your time and patience. I suppose I should spend some abilities too before we teleport. I'm going to go one more launch damage. Just to really OP it. And the rest for levitation. So apparently you can do a ground slam once you have the points for it. Yeah, I'll save 2 for now, after we speak to Emily. Alright, Central Executive. Oh yes, there is no need to be sorry for all of the wonderful puns. Clock-related and otherwise. It is such a pleasure to hang out with you all, and make jokes, and be silly and weird, and chase down an anchor and a clock, and look at silly mixed media presentation videos together. I'm just having a ball. This game is a strange combination of all of my favorite things rolled into one. As most Remedy games are. So I really appreciate you guys coming along for this one with me. I am having a blast. A telekinetic blast. All right. Polaris has something for me. Put a record on. 1 second, Emily. Ask Arish about the jukebox token. Interesting. So a jukebox token has shown up. We will get to that. 1 second. Switch back.
Emitted from the HRAs is purely antithetical to every variant of the Hiss signal I could arrange. But how did Darling create it?
Speech analysis. Analysis of the Hiss threat, Part 3. If we understand the Hiss to be a force based on vibration and resonance, then perhaps their incantation, which is now the agreed-upon term for the vocalization, is an effort to express that resonance using human vocal cords and speech. Would there be differences if the incantation were recited in a different language? The most common word used is want. Interestingly, every usage of the word is attributed to a you. You want to listen. You want this to be true. You must want these waves to drag you away. Are we the you the Hiss are referring to? Does the Hiss believe humanity, possibly all non-Hiss life, wants to join it, to be consumed by it? Is that its goal? The second most used word are through and time. Is this possibly the hiss stating how they arrived here, or an indication of its age? There's clear intention in the words, and dismissing the incantation as nonsense, as some of my colleagues recommend, is beyond idiotic. Linguistic ability. Researchers were sent to transcribe the recursive chant repeated by the hiss entities. In the interest of safety, this was done with the non-aggressive floating hiss entities. However, no distinction between this repeating phrase and the one repeated by the more violent hiss entities has been observed. So what is the purpose of this repeating string of words? Is this how the hiss corrupts individuals? Does the chant produce a physical effect? Is it a message, an incantation? We were able to record a first-hand recitation of the chanting. See the corresponding audio record. I would love to. Can I see that corresponding audio record? So I don't believe these were here before. These appear to be new whiteboards Emily has set up to study the HRAs. It is interesting to me, as far as I know, in modern history, like, say, in the time you would wear a suit and tie, there have been two directors. There was Northmore, who's now in the power plant, and there was Trench, who we replaced. So who are these guys? There were only 2 board members, and that goes back to, like, 1964? So I don't understand the suits and ties. Not board members, that's the wrong word. We don't know what the board looks like, and I doubt they would be represented by human entities like this, so I don't think it's a board representation. And then, like, why does that one up there, that appears to be Trench, up at the very top, which indicates that these are past directors, but then why are they all wearing suits? It's very strange, because there was one text record that mentioned that, you know, even before we had the Federal Bureau of Control, this was still an organization. It used to be more magical than scientific, that now it's more scientific, but it has a basis in magic. So if Director Trench is up there, and this is going back through history, back to a non-scientific, magical director of the board, why is it like that this is the first guy? It just seems strange to me. So it's almost like the board is just creating pictures that seem appropriate for the room, with no real purpose behind it, but I have no clue. Timeline of events. So sorry, I keep getting distracted. To examine the invasion's timeline of events for possible patterns in his behavior. Establishing a timeline is difficult at present because of lack of reliable communications between Bureau sectors and staff. Preliminary models indicate ground zero of the invasion is located within the executive sector, so they broke in here first. Once it becomes possible to interview surviving personnel, pinpointing the exact location should be feasible. Other outstanding questions that a timeline may help answer: how did the hiss get past the internal lockdown? How does hiss resonance advance through space? Deliberately or uniformly? What is their ultimate goal? The outside world? Some cross-dimensional destination? So sorry, catching up on all my executive reports there. Alright, let's stop speculating and speak to Emily.
It's happening. After all these years, Dylan is here. But am I too late?
How is he? I need to know.
He's clearly been affected by the hiss, but it's different than any other manifestation we've recorded. Maybe what makes you so special is genetic. He was a prime candidate. Or maybe it's Polaris protecting him, something else affecting the situation. I need to run tests. He seems more in control, more present.
I want to see him.
My brother? Or is he?
Of course. Marshall set up an HRA-warded cage to contain him. It's on the upper floor, up the stairs.
Okay, I need to go.
Jesse, be careful.
Thank you, Emily. I will try. So let's check, just to be sure, let's check that mission regarding fridge duty. It now says, it doesn't say after Dylan has been found anymore in the objective. Does that mean we can now assist him? Let's extend this by another moment. I'm sorry, I know I said I was leaving. But let me see if I can jump back to the Panopticon just briefly. If it doesn't require any other steps, I would desperately like to help that gentleman. Please, please. So he was on the 4th floor. The door was locked, but maybe it won't be now, or maybe I can levitate to a different position. Thank you for the reminder about Fridge Dude there in the chat. I desperately appreciate it. I likely would have abandoned him to his terrible fate for another day. Because that's just horrible. Being stuck knowing you just can't stop watching it, or something terrible will happen. So I'm assuming I could probably use the elevator again? Rather than Marioing my way up there. But that's just my laziness talking. Alright, 4th floor. I'm back. There's no big emergency. We know where Dylan is, so you're the priority, Fridge Man. How can I help? That was such a cool sequence, watching those hiss floaters follow you up to the 4th floor. I loved that. Fortified units. Everyone off. Hey, buddy. It's okay.
Hey,
I'm here.
What can I do?
Oh, you're back. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. If I look away, I don't know what this thing will do. You have to get me out of here. The door can only be opened by the Panopticon supervisor. That's Langston, if he's still around.
Langston. Yeah, I know him. I'll go ask him how to get you out.
Please hurry. My eyes, they can't.
Hey, calm down. Just focus. What's your name?
Focus. Right. My name's Philip, and I think I can hold on for a bit. It's just my eyes. My eyes hurt so much.
Just hang on, Philip.
Can he, like, not even blink? He has to keep watching it so much? Because that would be truly terrible. I thought he could, like, blink and stuff. Okay, speak with Langston at the Panopticon entrance. Sure. Ah, there is a control point up here that I can come right to. Fast travel to the entrance. Langston? I need some clear eyes.
Performance review.
There's someone named Philip up in a cell. He's watching a refrigerator and very rapidly losing it.
Philip? Oh shit, I forgot about fridge duty. He's been
Yeah,
here
you
for over
did.
a day. I totally forgot.
Yeah, you did.
Forgot about him?
There's a lot going on. The hiss? The Benicoff TV? Considering the number of things I'm juggling, ma'am, I think it's...
Listen, it's fine. We just need to get him out of there. He said you'd be able to open the cell door?
Yeah, I can unlock it on my terminal. There.
Do
Done.
so.
Door open. But Philip can't just leave. The fridge is behaving erratically. Ocular contact is the only thing that seems to placate it. If we don't have someone in there watching it 24/7, people will die.
Then you'd better send someone.
I'm pretty good with these things.
Being pretty good with altered items isn't standard bureau procedure, ma'am.
He doesn't know us very well.
No, there's no time for this. No, we'll come back and speak to him about his past later. There's a man whose eyeballs are about to explode up there. Do you not understand?
Hello?
Okay,
Jesse?
I'm coming in.
I'm back. I'm coming in.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, thank you. Jesse?
No problem, man.
The fridge is doing something!
Philip?
What? Oh, come on.
Philip?
If I look away, it hurts me.
Okay. Don't look away. I'm going on a journey. Former.
This sounds like the board, but I can't understand it.
Fuck?
Hello. Hello, former. And it's got little legs. Okay. That's a thing. Those are some powerful balls. Yikes. I am not doing well against this thing. I just walked right off the edge. Interesting. That's what's always been inside the fridge? I mean, sure, I was expecting some expired meatballs. I don't think I was expecting this. Okay, let's see if my 2 ability points could in any way buy us some more energy. I need 3. So close. Alright. No help there.
Hello? Jesse?
I'm back, but I got some bad news.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, thank you. Jesse? The fridge is doing something!
Philip? Philip?
Let's see what that was. So sorry. I don't know if we saw this one. Black rock paneling successfully prevents manifestation of the sphere. A Trotman-style anchor made of iron with a wooden stock. Surface is rusted in places. Weighs 3,789 pounds. The item generates a persistent blank sphere, the purpose of which is currently unknown. This sphere is always generated at a precise point in relation to the item, specifically some horizontal feet and vertical feet from the anchor. In 1983, Ranger First Class was dropped into the sphere wearing a diving suit with a dedicated oxygen line after 10 minutes 13 seconds inside the sphere. The oxygen line was cut at the sphere's border by an unseen force. All agents in the room during the entry into the sphere experienced vomiting, vertigo, and loss of fingernails within an hour of one another. Ranger has been declared MIA, presumed dead. Okay.
If I look away, it hurts me.
Let's try this one more time.
This sounds like the board, but I can't understand it. The fuck?
Okay, I'm just going to try to watch out for my health here. As long as I have enough energy to dodge, I should be fine. I didn't dodge in time. And have no energy now. That's exactly the problem I was trying to avoid. Alright, well. Darn. There we go. Dodge a little slower. Ow, he's creating holes in the floor. That's what I keep falling through. I didn't know he was breaking the floor underneath me, and now I do. I've caught on. Okay, so now I have to not only watch out for his balls and his tendrils, I need to watch out for the side effect of his tendrils. The floor itself. It's apparently rather difficult to fight a fridge. More difficult than I thought. I was expecting to just have to worry about, like, the freezer door flipping out at me. But I mean, there's the tendrils, there's the balls, there's the break in the floor. I mean, there's a lot to worry about. Not to mention the psychic warfare the fridge is waging against us with these long loading screens. Just the disillusionment that we have to overcome. Hey, Philip, I've got good news and I've got real bad news. What do you want to hear first?
look away, it hurts me.
If we are not able to take it out this time, we will return and pick it up here next time. Thank you for your patience. This has been fun. All right, tendrils. Have to watch out for the floor. I must. No, come on. Ah. It's just those holes in the floor. That's really all that's doing it. It said I defeated him. Like I just got an achievement for defeating the former, but I don't think it's gonna count. Because I died at exactly the same time. I don't know why those are so hard to avoid, and once you step in it, it's just over. Like, you can't then levitate and catch yourself. It's instant. So let's see what happens. If we're back where we were before, we'll try that again next time. If we happened to do it somehow, which I don't believe, then we'll move along. But thank you for checking that out with me. At the very least, we know the eventual fate of Philip. He's not stuck in a perpetual state of dry eyes anymore. Now he is more of a Schrodinger's Philip. Okay. Not sure what to believe then.
Philip?
The fridge seems fixed. Did fighting that thing off change something?
It must have kept that we defeated him at the very least. I'll take it. That's fine. So we still don't know what happened to Philip, and I sure would have liked to see the end of that inside the astral plane in case there was like an item or something. But now it's just telling me to go speak to Langston. So let's jump back down. To the Panopticon entrance. 1 second here, so sorry. Speaking with Langston.
Cell breaches on every level. He's just... How'd it go? Where's Philip?
Philip's gone. Something happened before I could get him out.
Poor Philip. He never did like fridge duty. But if you're here...
Does anyone?
Who's watching the fridge?
The fridge is fine now. I took care of it.
You don't just take care of altered items. What did you do?
I touched it.
Well, I died,
wound up in
and
the
then I
astral
died
plane.
again.
This thing was in there. It was huge, had one big eye. Wasn't friendly.
We've been getting reports from the astronauts lately about something fitting that description. The astral plane is usually connected to our world through objects of power, not altered items. If this thing is linking itself to altered items, then it's clearly powerful. This may happen again.
Do you think that thing is what got Philip?
Must have been. The Panopticon is a dangerous place. The agents all know the risks. But, since you're some sort of altered item whisperer, I've got a list of others for you to corral. The Hiss are causing containment breaches left, right, and center. Here, start with these. I'll see if there are any others missing while you're gone. My life just got a whole lot easier.
You're welcome. Okay. We will come back and speak to Langston again here.
I'll be here, like always.
And we will use some ability points next time. So that didn't go very well, but apparently we solved it. Poor Philip. Rest in peace. And we will be back to speak with Dylan in Central Executive as well after we exhaust Langston's options there. I will look forward to seeing you back here next time, perhaps next weekend, or whenever we get a chance. And thank you for adventuring through the weird, the wonderful, and the redacted with me. Bye for now. I'll see you soon.